I was in Nigeria, and I was speaking at a large gathering. There was like millions of people. And afterwards, before, it was several, I think it was several nights. So it was before I was going to speak. It was that night. And the guy who's driving me in Nigeria pulls up. I forgot the reason, but he pulls up in this place, and he leaves me alone in the car. And I look, and the car is surrounded by Muslims. And in Nigeria, I kind of stand out. I'm thinking maybe they won't know I'm Jewish. Guy comes up to me. I pull down the window. It's a whole thing surrounded. I say, well, maybe they won't. He says, "Are you a Hebrew?" I think he knows. "Are you a Hebrew?" I said, "Yeah, I am." "How do you know?" He says, "You look like a Hebrew." And then the others are pointing to me. He said, "Look, he looks like bin Laden." Because they liked bin Laden. I said, no, but he's a distant cousin. Black sheep, but a cousin. I'm thinking, okay, Lord, don't have them ask me about Muhammad. Next question, he says, "What do you think about Muhammad?" I'm seeing my life end right there. And I'm thinking, what do I say so I don't get killed? But what do I say to preach to them? I said, the Quran says that Muhammad said that Jesus is the Messiah. I said, if Jesus is the Messiah, then you better listen to the Messiah. And he said, you must be born again. That's what I said. Do you know that Islam actually believes that Jesus is coming again? They believe in the second coming, that he's going to come again, but then when he comes again, they get this other guy who comes in. It's it's Isaac, it's Ishmael again. Another guy called the Mahdi, who then says, I'm ruling and Jesus is going to serve me. Do you get the spirit of it? But they say they don't know all those things. I mean, most Muslims don't know all those things. But I said, once you identify Jesus as the Messiah, it's really over. But I said, so he says you must be born again. And so I'm sharing with them. And I don't know if this is my last teaching or not, but I'm sharing. Figure I might as well do it. So I'm sharing with them. At the end, I don't know if they're going to kill me, but at the end, the guy comes back. I said, "Are we going?" And I was yeah, we have to go. And they said, "No." The guy says, "Wait." I said, "Stop." He says, "You speak to us. Give us a Hebrew blessing." I said, "Okay, bow your heads." And I gave them a Hebrew blessing. What this whole thing is about, I mean, and it's amazing how much clarity and the world, all these news events that have to do with all these things, and yet the answer, it all goes back to the tense of Abraham. It was the loss of the birthright. Why the Quran? Because it's an appropriation. It's taking it back. Ishmael saying, I am going to have this. The land, not just the land, I'm going to get the land back. I'm going to get the Temple Mount back. I'm going to call it by an Islamic name. I'm going to get it back, and it's going to be ours now. We're going to take a dome, and we're going to claim the Temple Mount. We're going to claim Jerusalem. We're going to claim Israel. We're going to claim everything. We are the owners, not Isaac. But it's not just that. The greatest possession is not the land, it's this. And so that is why you have Islam. It says in Genesis 18, talking about the son, it says, the promised son, it says in verse 17, I have chosen him, Abraham, that he will direct his children, Abraham, and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so the Lord will bring about for Abraham just what he promised. In other words, I'm going to give you a son, I'm going to give you a nation, so you're going to teach that nation my ways, and I'm going to use that nation for my purposes. The way of the Lord, the blessing of God goes there. So then from Isaac comes the prophets and the covenants, the Torah, Moses, Leviticus, the sacrifices, the priesthood, the covenants, the temple, the apostles, all those things. So Paul would write in Romans, he said, what is to the Jewish people? So to them are the covenants, to them are the oracles of God, to them all those things. Well, that was Isaac. From them, most importantly, there's two great gifts. The Jewish people were given many gifts, but their gift that they were called to give was one, the word and knowledge of God. All that is this, that was their gift through them. And the other was God himself, Messiah.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.